Fire Prince Silly here with another Transrail CNC where we talk about comics, cartoons, and other awesome nerd shit. Last time I said that we would be talking about Samurai Jack, the comic versus the cartoon, and which ending I preferred of the two. Now, we're not doing that. Not this week. We'll probably tackle that next week. The reason for that is because of this. It's the monthly previews book. Comes out every month, of course. It lets you know, basically, what's coming out 2 months after it releases. So this is for July, so everything in here comes out in September, unless otherwise specified. Like, some of the statues in here aren't coming out until, like, next year. But, you know, get those orders in early, because a lot of those are handmade. But we're not going to talk about statues. We're here to talk about comic books that are coming out in September. We're not going to talk about everything that's in this book, so I do suggest going by your local comic book shop and checking this thing out yourself. And just, you know, seeing what's in there. Because there are a ton of stuff. There's over 500 pages of comics, manga, and just stuff. Statues, gear, etc. So definitely give this a look. You know, pick out stuff you like. But I'm going to tell you what I think you should be reading. Or at least what I'm going to be reading. I never suggest anything that I'm not picking up myself. So let's get going. Let's start this off. Okay, so normally I wouldn't suggest anything by the big two because when you go into a comic book shop, if you're looking for a Batman or an X-Men comic or a Superman comic or a Captain America comic, you're probably going to find it at your local comic book shop like the day of its release or even like a couple weeks after it releases. Like, they order those things in bulk because they're from the big studios, the big two, Marvel and DC. In case I wasn't clear enough. I probably was. But anyway, that kind of changes today because I am going to be suggesting something from Marvel. I'm just too excited about this comic that's coming out to not suggest it. I am so pumped for it because it's probably one of my favorite comics from the 2000s, Runaways. Runaways is getting a new series. Like, I am so just... it's probably because the TV show's coming out, and you know what? I'll take it. It's not going to be based on the TV show, though. It's a totally new story, taking place years after the last run ended. It looks like Chase has been trying to figure out how to get the time machine to work. He wants to save Gert. Like, spoilers, I guess, for some of you who haven't read this amazing comic, but I'm sorry for that. But it looks so good, and the art's on par. The writer is going to be Rainbow Rowell. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And the art is by Chris Anka. Now, Rainbow hasn't written for Marvel before, so we'll definitely get to see how that turns out. Well, I'm excited for, anything new. Chris has worked on All New X-Men, Captain Marvel, so, the art's looking pretty good, as far as the art goes. I'm totally down. So give that a look out. I mean, you're likely to find it if you go into the comic shop, 2 weeks after it releases. But I wouldn't take any chances. I would, definitely go and pre-order this one. But that's enough time spent on the Runaways. I can do a whole video about the Runaways, and I probably will. But let's move on. Last week I did say we'd be talking about Samurai Jack, and we are kind of just not the way I meant to be talking about Samurai Jack this week. We're going to be talking about... There's a new Samurai Jack comic coming out. Sorry, I don't know why that was so hard to say. But there is. Samurai Jack Quantum Jack is going to be by IDW Studios. The writer is Fabian Rangel Jr., and the artist is Warwick Johnson Cordell. Cadwell. Cordell, I don't even know. Sorry for that. Yes, new Samurai Jack comic. So I'm excited for that, obviously. You should be too. Because it's Samurai Jack, and Samurai Jack's amazing. Even if I'm not 100% impressed with the way the cartoon or the comic ended, we'll get into that next week. I still love Samurai Jack. This is the same team that brought us Helena Crash, and that was pretty good, so I expect good things. It's supposed to open up with a royal caravan being attacked by a biker gang led by Samurai Jack. I mean, he's supposed to be a good guy, so why is he attacking a royal caravan? Maybe they're evil, or maybe this is a different Jack. from a different universe, and that'd be kind of neat. It's called Quantum Jack. Maybe it's like Quantum Leak, but Samurai Jack. And I'm really down for that, surprisingly. Like, I'd read a mashup of that. Quantum Leap, Samurai Jack. So yeah, definitely check that out. Moving down our list is Fujitsu from Aftershock Comics. Last week we were talking about a comic from Aftershock that didn't quite impress me. And I'm not sure about this one. I'm getting it because it sounds weird as hell. And sometimes I just like weird as hell. Fujitsu is the writer Jai Nitz, artist Wes St. Clair. It's about Fujitsu. That's the name of the character. He's the world's smartest boy. And he's over 100 years old somehow. He's met Gandhi and Einstein, the Wright brothers, hopefully the Wright sister who actually made the planes work. Because that would be cool, right? A little acknowledgement. Yeah. And he protects the world from the world's tallest man. I don't know why either. I don't. But that sounds super interesting. He exiled himself to Antarctica because he's trying to get over the heartache of losing the love of his life. Like she dumped him apparently or something. No, it literally says that she dumped him. So I'm not guessing on that. That I should be more clear. But then the world's tallest man is suddenly reappeared and he's terrorizing the world. So it's up to Fu to stop it. And that sounds all amazing and surreal, and that's why I'm personally picking that up. Check that out. I think it will be super duper interesting. Drink of water real quick. On my list next is Slam, the Next Jam. Yep, it's a sequel to the Slam comic from Boom Studios. Same writing team, Pamela Ribbon, and art by Sam Beck. Same team. It's basically just picking up where the last one ended, which I love that comic 150%, so you know I'm getting it. Basically, it's going to be about Knockout and Can trying to get back into roller derby after that injury and that really hard foul. They're going to work together and, raise each other back up. And I am 100% down for anything that's, feminine, empowering, and definitely about roller derby because roller derby is awesome. This comic makes me want to get into roller derby, but I really don't want to injure myself, and I will get injured. So, there's that. Sorry, my notes are over here, so I'm, looking all over the place because my face is over here, the camera's right here, and my notes are, way down here. So I'm trying to kind of keep it together. Stay up notes? Fine. Moving right along is the comic that I'm probably second most excited for in September. I am super excited about Runaways, but kind of right up there is this one right here. It's John Wick. Yes, that John Wick. From both movies, John Wick 1, John Wick 2. Comic! There's going to be a comic version of John Wick. Oh, I'm so excited. The writing's going to be done by Greg Pak, which we've seen Greg Pak do tons of things, and he's a really good writer, so I'm just it's a comic that is from Dynamite Studios, and you can obviously tell that they want it to succeed because they've chosen Greg Pak to write it, they've chosen Giovanni Valletta to do all the artwork, so that's a really good writing artist team, and this has no reason to fail. In my opinion, because the movies are great, in my opinion, and it just looks really good. It's going to take place before the movies, so he's going to be in the mafia or at a hitman or whatever, doing jobs. It's going to be about how he becomes Baba Yaga. And I am just how does somebody become so talented at killing people? I don't know, but I can't wait to find out. Oh, I'm so excited for this. So definitely check out John Wick from Dynamite. Pre-order that one because they're probably going to stock up on it. Most shops will because, it's a big name movie being turned into a comic. It's probably got tons of hype generated behind it. Look at me. I am so hyped. So they're going to stock up on it, but it's also going to sell really fast. I think it has 6 different covers to choose from too. So definitely give it a look. See which cover you want. A lot of these have multiple covers, and you get the chance to choose which one you want, which one you don't want when you pre-order. So, I mean, that's just the added benefit of pre-ordering. Yeah. So, John Wick from Dynamite. I'm hecka jazzed. It's going to be so action-packed and amazing. I'll give that a look. And last, but definitely not least, by any stretch of imagination, on my list this month is a manga, that's right, a manga called Infini-T, Infinity Force. It's from Udon Studios, or at least that's the production house that's releasing it here in America. The art's by Tasama Ijiri. The writer is Ukio Kodachi. I really hope I'm pronouncing this right. Probably not. But let's move on. And it's about a high school girl. This is like the best. This is like the best I've read in a while. Emi Kaido is a high school student, and she's given a magical wish-granting pencil. And she uses it to summon old manga and anime heroes. Like, it's going to have Gatchaman and, like, Devilman and all these, like, old school, like, heroes that she's going to use to help, like, shape her story and save the world. Like, that's, oh my god. Like, that's amazing to me. Like, that's a really neat, it's not a new concept. Like, we've seen comics and stories where a hero uses something to call in fictional characters, etc., blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, Gatchaman. Like, who doesn't love... I love Gatchaman. And it's Kamen Rider. And all that stuff. And it's going to be so cool. Like, certainly not the least on my list. It's just, you know, the order of how they came in the book. And so, I'm saying, definitely check out Infini-T Force from Udon Studios. It's going to be wild. I just have this great feeling. It's going to be crazy and wild. So, that's it. That's all that's everything that I'm suggesting for next month. Go to your local comic book shop. Check out the previews books. Because Marvel has their own. Their very own, where they've separated all their stuff from it. Like, I don't know either. I don't know why they can't just all be in one big book. Like, this thing would be like 200 more pages thicker if they did. I don't know either why I'm doing that. So, yeah. Go to your local comic book shop. Check these out. Or look at this. Look right here. This is your resource. Boom. To what you should be checking out and what you should be looking into and what's coming out. And, you know, find something you like. Because I think there's a comic for everybody. So that's it. Next week, definitely for sure, Samurai Jack versus Samurai Jack comic, cartoon. I have opinions, as always. I'm Fire Princess Lily, and until next time, enjoy comics, enjoy cartoons, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.